to Raid Shadow Legends Faction Wars 21. Today we're going to do High Elves. Yesterday we did Dwarves. These actually have the same two waves. I tried all day to get through with Apothecary and Tayrel. Very, very difficult to do. That wave 2 just kind of puts a beating on us. And what it is I need a little bit more resistance and a little bit more accuracy on my Tayrel, and I think we'll be able to do it. So 2-man, I was trying it all day long. Believe me, I did so many runs. So eventually I was like, you know what? We'll put in this uncommon. This elf guard that I've had forever, and we'll see how she does. She has turn meter reduction. That would work out really well on the boss. Unfortunately, she does not make it to the boss. It's like a 2.5-man run. She makes it to wave 2. She takes all the beating, and then it makes it super easy for us to break through there and do it. But don't try this at home, everyone. I've got insane gear on these two champions. I mean, I've got pretty good gear on these champions. A lot of people have this kind of gear, but it's not practical. But the thing is, though, if you have a Tayrel, if you have an Apothecary, obviously you throw it in there with your Arbiter if you've done the Arbiter mission, or any other High Elves that you have. Elhain, I don't have her leveled up. I don't have any other rares actually leveled up for High Elves. And I need to level up some so I can have some fun through here with a whole bunch of rares. Maybe not even bring Tayrel, but I think he's a pivotal part of this to get that decreased defense, decreased attack on the boss, turn meter reduction even on the A3, and then he can even put up some sleeps every once in a while, as long as for that AoE, as long as they're under decreased attack. He can do a lot. Defense based, and he can heal back on his own, right? We have him in lifesteal gear along with War Master. Makes it easy for us to not have to worry about him so much, because he's going to be hit a lot. And this Torture Helm that's dying right now can one-shot you, so be careful. If you're Magic Affinity, this is the problem, right? This is the wave issue. When you come in here and you have to contend with this, and she's helping us. Elf Guard is actually, look at that, turn meter reduction on that Man-Eater, and we need that. We need to make sure that Man-Eater cannot stall us out, and we just take a beating from these guys. And again, I need a little bit more resistance on my Tayrel so we can make sure we don't get any of these debuffs on us. Because when I came through here as a 2-man, we would get here, we'd get to the wave 2, no problem, and then here we would just get torn up. Too much damage on us. We couldn't keep the Man-Eater down, but she made it to where, actually, you know what? She didn't. She didn't stop the Man-Eater from doing what he, putting up his buffs. So we were just able to tank it out, though. Our Apothecary was going ham and healing her enough, and I don't think I have really good gear on her as well. I've got the same gear that I put on her like a year ago. The only thing I did is threw on a banner. I looked at her accuracy. There wasn't enough accuracy, so I threw on a banner. That's it. So whatever she's got on her is from a long time ago. We could make her stronger, I'm sure, but I bet she's decked out already in a lot of HP. Maybe we need to give her more defense, more HP all around, and try to get her to survive, and we could go through here. But whatever you have, bring these two. Believe me, bring these two through there. Bring your Apothecary, Arbiter if you have her. Bring anybody else, and even if they die, just get your 2 here, right? Get your 2 here. Now the boss does. You can resist. You can resist the provoke. You can resist the fears that the boss does. They do have the passive that there's a 20% chance to freeze you whenever you attack the boss, and it says non-resistible. So you can't resist that. You're going to get frozen from time to time. But these people aren't really doing much damage to you. And then if it does provoke Tayrel, you see him going in and doing his A1. So he's going to do that decreased attack. Once you get up that 50% decreased attack on pretty much any of these Faction Wars bosses, especially now, it is way easier. Or it's been easy once you get it up, but now it's really, really easy. So you get that decreased attack up and you're golden. You can come in here with your Royal Guards. I don't care what you have. Just bring them in with them. Take care of those waves. Once you get to the boss, very easy, even if you lose people. We're just trying to get to Lydia, right? We're trying to get a step closer to get you guys to Lydia. And then you can go back to farming stage 20. Whatever you want to farm, right? You'll have your Lydia then, and you can use your Lydia throughout the game and have some fun with her. Play her like everybody else is doing. So as you can see, look, decreased Tayrel brings everything. The decreased defense, decreased attack, turn meter reduction on that A3. That's everything that we need here. And then our Apothecary, of course, is just the Energizer Bunny. And look, he's just lowering cool. You're going to see my gear and you're going to be like, Stu, man, you went all out on these guys. I did. I geared them to the teeth because I wanted a like really powerful Apothecary, just an insane Apothecary. And I wanted Tayrel back the way he used to be, because he used to be a god. We couldn't do anything in this game unless we had him. Clan boss, running through dungeons back in the day. If you started this from beta or from global release, the day of global release, for so long, everybody wanted him. We wanted, like, that was it. If you had a dream champion, it wasn't really necessarily a legendary. It was Tayrel. Everybody wanted this champion. We had that. He was so good for the clan boss and then everything else in the game. defense base, and he puts out some damage. He puts out some real damage. So we'll run through here. We'll get it done. It's not the fastest run, but again, we're just trying to get Lydia. We're just trying to get through here. Use these champions. They should already be geared really well. These two champions, if you have a low roster and you don't have many to choose from, the knees should already be geared up. They should be booked out, and you should have your best gear on these two to get you through. Even with Dragon, anything, I don't care, Spider, even the AoE decreased defense and the decreased turn meter on the A3 for Tayrel will help get you through Spider. We used to run it all the time. All the time. And you know Apothecary will help you get through anything. Even these two and Fire Knight, it doesn't matter. Even with weak affinity, they can still do it. Easily go through there. That's it. We're going to beat it down, and I think we do really well with the glyph here. I think we get some luck. Come on. A couple more shots. Let's go. Let's go. Resist. Resist. You see my resistance is going off. That's what you want, right? Anytime you can go into these clan boss and resist their stuff, like I've said before, get that 280 resistance. Really try to get to 300. That's where I like to go. But get 280 if you can, and then go in there and resist as much as possible. Your team should be fine then. Let's go look and see what kind of gear I put on these champions. Let's see if Elfguard had any good gear on her. So she is rolling HP, speed, and HP. Okay, so she's doing well. It's just that she's an uncommon. You know how this company treats uncommons. Low HP, low defense, low speed even. And then even with her skill here, it's on a 2-turn cooldown. And it decreases the turn meter by 50%, but it's deceiving because it's not, it doesn't, if they have 50%, it won't take 50%. If they have 75, it won't take 50% of that and leave them with 25. What it does is it takes half of what they currently have. So if they're at 50% turn meter, it will take 25 of that. If they're at 30%, it'll only take 15% of their turn meter, which is really sad. This is why I leveled her to 60 over a year ago, thinking she'd be really good and we could play her somewhere, but it just doesn't work out that well. It is on a 2-turn cooldown, so maybe with some crazy relentless gear and speed, she could be better. But it'd be a waste on a champion like this, right? It really would be a waste. There are other champions. You know, you might have an Elhain leveled up. You're going to have something. You're going to have a Vergus. Maybe you'll have an Arbiter. Maybe you'll get lucky and have some kind of amazing legendary to play in there. I think the rest are in my vault, so we can't see them right now. But you'll have something to play with it. Let's look at my crazily geared Apothecary. I did go all out, and look, we have relentless and a 10% chance to prevent the skill from going on cooldown, which is crazy. And the gear I have on this, look at 29, 22, we've got 23 on this piece, we've got 19 over here. I mean, the only thing, it kind of balances it out because I had to use this banner, and this banner is +3 speed. I added 3 to it there, so we made him a little bit faster, but that's it. My Apothecary, and he actually has a crit piece here to give him a little bit more crit. I was trying to make the best Apothecary I can make, and I want 300 speed. I want 100% chance to crit. The rest of his stats are fine. So once we get up to 300 and 100% chance to crit along with this, and then if we get another ring for a 15% chance to not put a skill on cooldown, then we can just sit there and just pump out heals and just boost non-stop with our Apothecary. And then Tayrel, he's actually geared fairly well. He's got critical damage gloves, defense, critical damage here. He's got a really good ring with defense and defense on it. We've got speed boots. Of course, we've got our lifesteal, and then we've got resistance here. And I tried to, we need some more. We need some more resistance, and we need some more accuracy on this guy. Really, we need to be at 220. We need to be at 300, and I'll get there. I just couldn't do it yet. I'm going to have to look at some more gear, switch it around, and I wanted to keep him at 99%, and I knew we were going to be attacking so much that the accuracy, this accuracy wasn't going to be that bad. Sure, we'd get resistant some, but we'd at least get it up. And then here I knew as well that the same thing, right? Sometimes we'd resist those debuffs, and sometimes we wouldn't. But I really, to be, especially for a 2-man, if I was on a full group and not worried about anything, these stats would work. Not optimal, but they would work. Yes, I want over 200. Yes, I want at 300, but this will do. Even 280 and 200 would work for me. I would be set with that. He would be much better. But this guy is a beast, an old school beast, one of the best. So I know you guys can do it. Get closer to getting your Lydia. Let me know if this helped you out. Really, the whole thing is, don't worry. Don't think about the gear. Think about the champions. If you've got a Tayrel, if you've got an Arbiter, make sure that they are geared out with your best gear, then have whatever else come in there with you. If you have an Arbiter, then you're set. You bring in Tayrel, Apothecary, your Arbiter, and then whatever DPS you want. I don't think you're going to have any issues with High Elves. You shouldn't. It's one of the easiest because they have the best champions. But that's all I've got, guys. Thank you so much for the love, for the support. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all on a video soon.